Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Audible, sir.
Okay. Good. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the today's class. I started the third unit in which one concept is testing and debugging. Already I explained some background necessary concept why we need testing. It is not possible to write a correct program at first time. Means exact program. Even it is a simple program. So that is why we have a we are getting a lot of errors while executing the programs, and before executing the programs also. Those are syntax errors and logical errors, and one more is runtime errors. See, why we have to write the testing and debugging are important in software development. Once any error occurs while developing or executing the programs, it should not terminates or deletes the program. It should say to the inform to the programmer. So then he can avoid that, or he can write some logic to debug that. So I will not repeat entire things, but you know these because already you learned about these errors since first semester. Those are syntax, logical, and runtime, and also you learned the exception handling also. In your Python syllabus, testing and your separate one subject is there for the testing. Don't compare the some concept with that subject. Here it is a little bit concept of testing and debugging we are learning here. So concentrate whatever I will explain to you. Here is my screen available to you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here is in a on a screen one example the author is explaining. Let it before go to this screen, I will give the simple example, same example. Just think that you are preparing the food in kitchen, and you put on one vessel on the gas, and this vessel is in open. It is possible to uh, what I can say, some dust can go to the vessel. So to avoid that, what we can do, this again I will explain. You are preparing the food, and you put a vessel on a gas for preparing the rice, and it is a vessel is open. It is possible to what we can say, dip the some dust in the vessels. So what are the possible to avoid that? We can close the vessel. That is one possibility. So like that, here is a one example is that he is explaining you are making a soup, but bugs keep falling in from the ceiling. What do you do? Here is a one example is there. One vessel also is there. Bugs are falling from the ceiling. So to avoid this, what you can do? See, one point he given that check soap for bugs. Sorry, bugs. What does it mean? It is a testing. It means that whether bugs are in the soap or not. So that is the testing. Right now, you don't worry about the what we can say programmatically, but just this is one example. So possibilities is telling that while making the soap, it is possible to or it is not possible keep falling, the bugs are falling from the ceiling. So obviously we have to check whether the soap has a bugs or not. That is, we can say testing. So second possibility is keep lid closed. So by doing this, it is not possible to dip the all the bugs in the soap. So that is a defensive program. We have to take care that we should close the our vessels. That is the second. The meaning is that is a defensive program. We have to take care. The error should not happen. That is a defensive program. And third one is clean chicken. Clean kitchen. Sorry. Clean kitchen means that our kitchen should be very clean. It should not be bug. Means it should not dust and some any other type of dust. So that is means that eliminate source of bugs. So these are some. I hope that you understood these points theoretically. So then the further explanation of what does it means this defensive programming. So in programmatically, so that is closing the vessel. We should it should not what we can say. But the bug once you close the vessels, it is not possible to fall the bugs in the soap. So that is a defensive things. So in programmatically, what does it mean? Defensive means that the first point is he is saying that write specification for functions, meaning that what type of function you need, you have to write the correct specification, correct definition. So that is the we can say specification. What type of function you need in programmatically, you have to write correctly. If I want to explain with one example, if I want to, I need a addition of two numbers. So we have to write the correct function specification. Write a Python program to find the addition of two integer numbers. See, here I am saying that the specification means that the logic is it has to add two numbers and two integer numbers. That is also, we can say, correct definition means sometimes it may you may input, you may provide floating point numbers, but the specification is at that time it may give the errors because Python it takes the any value and automatically it becomes the that type of data. That is a different thing. If, in consider the C programming, if you return int a, here you must store the integer values. If you stores the floating point values, so it loses the fractions. So it means that the overall I am saying that specification is very important. What type of functions we need, we have to clearly mention. So and one more is second point is modularized programs. So modularized program means if I want to explain this concepts with the another examples. See here in the you take the education system or here in the classes or banking applications. Yes, so many simple example is banking applications. Banking applications, so many functions, so many modules. Create the account and withdraw the amount, deposit the amount. Each one creating the accounts is one module, and creating the deposit the amount is another module. So it helps to add or debug the anything related to the that model. So modularized programs is another important defensive programming method. He's saying third point, he said check conditions on inputs or outputs. So the thing is that here we have to clearly mention what type of inputs and outputs we need. See, this is also very, very important. These 3 points are the defensive programming. So these are very important. See, even in you, you will become a, you have to write the your own academic projects. These are the very, very important concept you have to understood. See, I am saying again. Just wait, somebody maybe. Okay. Here again, in defensive programming, is giving the explanation testing or validation. See, what does it means? Compare input or output pairs of specifications. See, according to the specifications, we have to take the inputs and check the output also. See, say for examples, while creating the your account banking accounts, so the first they will ask the enter your name. The always your the names should be characters. Instead of you should not or application should not take the numbers as your name. Say for example, if you provide the 123 your number your name, the part should not take the 123 name, because the name should be characters. So that is the one testing or validation we can say. Whether it is not working, how can I break my program? So the main important thing of testing is you have to, testing means that you should not say that your program is error free. Testing means if I say you are a good tester, means that you have to find the errors from the program, then we can say you are a good tester. See, testing thing, then see, you have to find the errors, then only it is possible to develop the efficient program. Don't say that I am developing or our friend is developing the program, we should not give the any errors. So we have to test the only simple inputs, not like that. You have to find the errors by testing the program. So then we can say you are a good tester. So according to the specification or the user level applications, you have to check whether your program is it is not working. Then how can I break my program? Means how to find the errors from the program. So then obviously debugging means study events leading up to an errors. Means that you have to study the entire things or specification. Obviously you will come to know that error, this type of error may occur while executing. So we have to write the definition or logic correctly. Why is it not working? That is the uh, work of the debugging. It means finding the errors and fixing the errors. So finding the errors is testing, and that is also whether it is working according to the desired outputs are not, and also finding the errors, that is testing, and debugging or correcting that error is debugging. It is simple work. So how can I fix my program? That is the work of debugging. See here, again he is in this slide, he is explaining set yourself for easy testing and debugging. See how to do that one. From the start, design code to ease this part. It means that in second point, I will relate to the first one. Break the program up into modules that can be tested and debugged individually. See, application may be sometimes a financial application, that is banking applications, and in stock marketing, some other expressions or applications, forecast finding, and so many things. So these are very complex applications. So we have to divide these applications into modules. Those modules is very easy to find, test, and debug. Means to find the errors or whether it is working or not, and solve that error. So means that from the start, means while developing, see, you should not test the program at the end of the coding. Say for examples, you are developing a programming or applications since 6 months, but you are not testing the programs. So at the end of the 6 months, you may think that I complete the entire the applications. Then you start testing. Then it is very difficult to debug, because see, if you find the any errors, already you developed the program 6 months, so it is very complex to debug then. So that is why we have to test the program from the start only, from design level only. That is a easy part. That is a easy part. In function level, we have to test the programs. That is the first point. And the second point is we have to break the complex program into modules. That is very easy to test and debug individually. And the second point is document constraints on modules. It means that each modules you have to write the some conditions and documents like that. What do you expect the input to be? Means that he is giving the document constraints on modules, means on these modules what type of inputs should be, and what do you expect the output to be. The second condition is what type of output we have to get. This should be clear while writing the modules. You should not write the some conditions or the specifications after developing the modules. Before, you have to clear about what type of input we need to provide and what type of output we must get. This is very important. I will explain simple examples. Even I will ask the so many students why you are learning BCA. So many students, they don't know. They simply saying that my friend taken the admission, so that is why I am doing BCA. It means that you don't have a clear idea after BCA. So these are the very important things. So same thing, because obviously you will concentrate on the your next aim if you have the clear idea after BCA. So before writing any modules, you should be very clear about the inputs and outputs. So this is very important. Document assumptions behind code design. So this is also very means that we have to write down the everything. So if you written everything, so while developing the program, it helps a lot. Okay, when are you ready to test? See here, the simple thing is I am telling you that whether it is complex or simple program, if we are testing the each function, that is a better thing. So just see here, ensure code runs means that whether your code is executes or not. How to confirm that? Remove syntax errors. So remove syntax errors means if you are good at the language. Say for example, if you are developing any application using the Python or using the Java or using the C language, so you must uh, good at the C or okay. You must good at the language. Then it is very easy to write the syntax. So the first point is saying remove syntax errors, remove static semantic errors. The same again comes under in the this syntactical meaningful statements. So these are very important, and Python interpreter can usually find those for you. Means that the some tools we have some tools Eclipse in J2EE. Automatically it finds it while typing the any languages. Automatically it gives the errors if it is errors. He's saying like that. The Python interpreter can usually find these errors for means these syntax errors. So, so we can say write correct syntax. So it helps the correct program. And the second, have a set of expected results. Again, see here it is a repetition of previous slides. An input set means that we have to type of inputs. I will explain this with one example. Already in previous class, I explained this one, but again, I will explain this. An input set. So you have to see, because sometimes what we have the, I am telling you the, we have billions of inputs. Simple example, I will explain. See here. See, write a program to find the um, addition of two numbers. It is simple program. I have been telling this to wherever necessary. See here, two numbers. It is possible to, you may enter characters, you may enter floating points, you may enter integers, you may enter some special characters. Is your program works? Obviously, no. See, meaning is that uh, it is possible that we have the in simple programs we have 1,000 types of pairs of inputs. So clear mention of inputs is very important. You clearly you have to mention the two integer numbers. Obviously, two integer numbers means that you have to provide only integers. Your program should not take the floating points, characters, special characters. So that is very important. For each input, the expected output. You have to see these um, before the developer is uh, reading or studying the documents and inputs output before writing the codes. So obviously it helps him to develop the good programs, because before developing he will come to know what type of inputs the program has to take and what type of outputs it should produce. Everything the we can say diagrammatically or documentically the somebody is writing. Those are the perfect at the domain. Somebody, the higher authorities, they know what type of application they need, so they return the documentation and even the input output also. So then it is very easy for the developer to develop the programs. So this point is have a set of expected results, input and output. Are you getting my point? Hello. Anybody respond me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. If you are getting any confusion, ask me. See, here is here in Python, the mainly we are considering the black box testing and glass box testing. But along this, the what is the test tool, what is the testing, what is the debugging? These are definition I will give. But the some concepts about testing, I will explain. You are learning these concepts in other languages also, but related to Python, consider it. Meaning is same. Sometimes the statement sentence may be differently organized. So the classes of test means what is the unit test? The first test is unit testing. I am again telling here in Python, you have two types of test, black box testing and glass box testing. I will explain thoroughly the what is the black. You may get the questions on black box testing, glass box. Explain the black box testing in Python. So it is very easy. Explain the glass box testing in Python. So and the you may get the testing. What is testing? What is debugging? What is test root? These are the some examples. But you have to know the what is the unit testing. Unit testing validate each piece of programs. So testing each function separately. See, function testing is unit testing. Simple to remember the definition of the unit testing. Function testing is the unit testing. The unit test means says that validate each piece of program. We have to check or test the each function, that is called as unit testing. Say for example, you written a one function. Function is finding the area of the circle. So area of the circle means that the function needs the radius. So and in that function you written a logic. So if you provide the radius to that function, the function name is somewhat the area of circle, whatever you written. So that function, whether it is correctly working or not, that is called as a see some write a Python program to find the area of different geometrical components or whatever we can say. Different geometrical components, it may be circle, it may be rectangle, it may be triangular, whatever. But here for triangle the function is different. For to find the area of a triangle the function is different. To find the area of circle function is different. All we can write it in one. If we written separately, that is a better to test and debug. So each those functions we can say that unit testing. So and the second is regression testing. Add test for bugs as you find them. Means that add test for bugs as you find them. When you find any errors, you have to uh, add that one. Means catch, reintroduce errors that were previously fixed. See, already you some fixed the errors, but if again if you got the same errors, that we can say to fix and reintroduce that one, regression testing. Already you find the errors and fix that one, solve this one. But again if you get the same errors and fix that one, that is we can say regression testing. That is the second definition. And what is the integration testing? The overall application testing, we can say, does overall program work? So that is the question and answer. If it is works according to the input, then we can say to checking the entire program, entire application, we can say integration testing. These are the three important definition are important. Okay. See here, this very one example. Already the previous class I explained this one. Testing approaches. See here. Here is a examples. Let it be about this one. Intuition about natural boundaries to the problem. See here. Let it be about this one. I will explain. Write a Python program. Assume that here is a x and y are two integers. Returns true if y is less than x, else false. Already I explained. Before writing the any code for it, you have to see it, check that one. What he is saying that assume x and y are integers. So you have to take the two numbers are integers, and the condition is that returns true. He is asking return true if y is less than x, else false. Though while writing the code, you have to remember these things. Your program should take two integers, and also your logic should be like that. Y is less than x, that time it returns true, otherwise it returns false. Okay, can you come up with some natural partitions, means that some inputs according to these. See, we have to write the some inputs. See here, if no natural partitions, might do random testing. See, if you are not writing the inputs, then you have to start random testing, means that two integer means sometimes you may provide 0 and 10, sometimes you may provide -5 and 6. So randomly you may, means two integer number you may provide for the program to find the this y is less than or x or not, whatever. See, see, I will explain these some possibilities in next slides. Black box testing. See, what is black box testing? You don't worry, I will explain this this assumes x and y or the whatever, x is greater than y or not, whatever the program. I will explain these some inputs. Already previous class I explained this one, but again I will repeat because this is important. What is black box testing in Python? Explore paths through specification. The meaning is here. Here, black box testing means that tester are writing the testing suite or testing specification without seeing developing, without seeing the code. See, without seeing the code also, we can write the what type of testing you have to do. That is a black box testing. Without looking at the code to write the test, that is a black box testing. Without looking at the code to write the test is called black box testing. It is based on specifications. Specifications means a requirement. Based on the requirement, we may say that what type of inputs, what type of output we may write. So that is a black box testing. What is a glass box testing? Explores pass through code. Here we have to test with the code. So that is called glass box testing. So let it be this. I will explain this one. I want to explain the pairs. Fine. See, I want to explain this with some